one of my properties in 2007 I bought. I rented out at about $5,000. At that point of time, it was interest is about $1,000. So I actually gotten $4,000 returns from the tenant. The tenant paid $5,000 to me. 1,000 goes to the interest because my interest at that point of time was very low. It's almost like now I only pay interest about 0.5 to 0.6%. So basically, my interest is so low, which is about 1,000. Every month, the tenant save $4,000 with me. So can you imagine, right? Which bank can give you $4,000 a month from the so-called saving that you put it inside?
So today, I have somebody absolutely amazing, and today my guest is Kelvin Fong, and Kelvin Fong is the Executive Director of Propnex, and Propnex is the largest real estate agency in Singapore. It's a listed company, and hey, today he's going to be revealing, he's going to be sharing his story, he's going to be revealing his unique method to find the best investments as well in the current market, right? So you guys are going to learn a lot. Guys, how many of you all know that there's going to be gold that he will drop? Without further ado, my friends, without further ado, let me bring on Mr. Kelvin Fong. Hey, Kelvin.
Hi, everyone. Hi, RESH.
So, Kelvin, brother, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being on the show together with me with people from literally all over the world. Bro, today we're going to do something amazing. We're going to share a lot of information. Right? Are you excited, bro?
Of course, always have this opportunity to really reach out to so many people out there so that they can also understand about the real estate market, because a lot of people say, can real estate be a way to build your retirement bird nest? Because why I say bird nest? Because that's my wife who says so. Because my wife says that at the end of our retirement age, we must have a bird nest, because bird nest is very expensive, right, to many people. Of course, so that hopefully your property will become so expensive towards the retirement age, and you can sell it off so that you guys can have a very, very good retirement with your spouse. And that's what we dream of, right? So that's what we want to. That's the reason why I'm so passionate to come to talk about sharing all these things, because this is something that I've done it myself, so that I really want to take this opportunity, of course, to share as many platforms that I can. I don't mind to go and talk so that we can actually give to those people who really, really have a chance to really do something for themselves. Yeah.
You know, bro, I want to share with you something, bro. You know,
Yes.
okay, so before we begin everything about, you know, the bird nest, property bird nest, right? Hey, man, I love bird nest soup. That's what my mother always tells me to drink also. But anyways, before we start that, bro, give us a brief background, right? I knew you come from very humble backgrounds. Today, you're the Executive Director of a listed company in Singapore. But come on now, please share with us where you came from, where you started. Let them know who you are.
Sure. I mean, for me, the good thing, I mean, for me, my education is definitely not there. I was N-level students. I think I studied the longest probably in the secondaries. I studied 6 years. People take 4 years, I take 6 years. But at the end of the day, the only thing that changed me here is because of my background, that I'm not so-called a capable person in terms of my studies. But I'm quite surprised that today, based on how much I put in terms of my hard work, and today I've actually achieved so much. In fact, I was an Air Force regular. At that point of time, I was just thinking that maybe I should go to an Air Force regular for 6 years, and then to see what is the best for me. Then subsequently, of course, before I leave why I decided to leave Air Force is because at that point of time, I was just thinking, I want to create my own income. I want to build my own income. If I were to work for others, maybe I don't have a chance. So that's the reason why I happened to step into the real estate market. I thought I'll become an insurance agent, because why? Because in my life, when I was studying, I always tell myself that I hope that one day I can wear like those shirts and pants with ties so that I can go to CBD and work. That's what my thoughts is. I never think that I can become an Air Force regular at that. I never thought I would become an Air Force regular, because that is never in my dream, because I like to dress up, and then I like to go to the work based on that. But of course, being an Air Force regular, I don't earn that much. Then that's where I started to know my wife. And at that point of time, my wife is, we got our first HDB flat, and we start to realize one thing. Wow, now last time we stayed with parents, everything is paid by parents, right? But because we now own our own HDB, everything we got to pay ourselves. And we start to realize that it cannot, no, both of us, especially my wife, she was a stewardess, and then after that she quit her job, then she become a real estate person. But before she become a real estate agent, both of us actually are what? Because of the HDB flat that we have, we started to work at night doing telemarketing at night from 7 to 10 o'clock. At that point of time, I still remember we only earned $7 an hour, and that will give us $21 for 3 hours of calling. And because of that, right, I start to realize how come real estate agents can make that kind of income. And I also want to, because I say, why are we calling $21 a day, working almost like 7 days a week just to earn for people? At the end of the day, both of us just spend our night at maybe for some supper, and probably that's it already. So we realized that we don't earn that much, but because of that house that we gotten, we realized that we need to work hard. And that's where I started to know what is real estate. And that is how I get started, me and my wife. And that is where the whole so-called transformation start beginning. Because when I'm in the real estate, I really work very, very hard with my wife. Almost like 7 days a week we are working. So this is how we started off, right?
Bro, Kelvin, how old were you when you got married and when you made the transition, bro? How old were you?
Probably about 27, 28.
Wow, so
Actually, very late already because nowadays my agents who are young, 21 years old, they become real estate agents. And today, 21, 22 years old, they own real estate. Own a private property, not HDB. 27, 28, I own HDB. Like yourself, right? You own a landed property at least 27, 28 years old. My goodness, right? For me, we really work very hard from HDB at that age to today what we have. So it's really a big changes, if you ask me.
Yeah, man, the next generation, the new generation is crazy, huh? So,
Yep.
bro, I want to ask you something, dude. So 27, 28, and you started literally from the bottom, right? It's not like you had any privilege. You were an Air Force regular. You started from the bottom, and how was the rise, the real estate, agency for you? Were you like immediately first year top rookie of the year? What was your journey, brother?
My wife was, because I was at that point of time, I'm supporting my wife from the back. So basically, my first year with the real estate, my wife is also a top rookie. That means a brand new agent. She was a top in the company. Subsequently, in 2003, we decided to move over to Propnex because we felt that Propnex so-called offers us a chance to grow our team. Because all the while I was just thinking to be just a salesperson, only because when I get to meet someone in Propnex and share something about team building, growing my team, he only tell me one thing: you do not want to be at the age of 50 something years old, maybe still stand at the corridor just waiting for customer. Then he tell me that, and he says that, why don't you actually consider building a team? And that is why I decided to switch over to the company, so that I want to grow my career path. In fact, I never thought that I can achieve so much in terms of team building, because I'm an introvert person. I cannot even speak that well in today's. And I'm very surprised that because of this 18 years of journey, it has really changed my life. It has pushed me so much. And that's where I really start to grow in that sense. Yeah.
Guys, I want to share with you something about Kelvin, and I hope you guys are inspired. You see, Kelvin, guys, you all see, he's an N-level student. He doesn't have the best education, right? He doesn't know how to speak very well. You can tell, right? He's an introvert. He's very, very shy. He doesn't like to go around mixing with people, for example. He's an introvert. And then he comes from an army background. He was a normal government servant. And yet today, he's the executive director of a listed company, Hey, if Kelvin can do it, guys, why can you not do it? Guys, there's literally no excuse, Look at Kelvin. This is what I'm talking about, guys. He had no silver spoon in his mouth. He had no, somebody feeding him gold or whatever it is. All he had was this determination to succeed. Like he said, every day, 7 days a week with his wife. Again, him and his wife, they wanted to build a dream. They wanted to build a bird nest. So they work hard. And today, look where they are. Wow, bro. Your agency, we have what? 8,000 over agents, correct now, bro?
Yep. About now 8,700 over people. Yeah.
8,700 people, right? In a matter of, as in Propnex is, you joined in 2003, right? You mentioned?
Yes, 2003 was myself and my wife, and then I started to build my team in 2004. from the two of us. Then we build. I think the last number that I counted was about close to 5,000 people before I stepped onto the board of Propnex to be the ED, to help them and to help the agents. I think for me, it's all about career movement. I need to step up so that I can proceed to help more and transform the company to the next level. And I'm really surprised. That's why I always believe one thing in my life. I'm so excited to change people's life, because I myself is a transformation. I myself have never thought that I can deliver, I can do so much thing in my life. I never thought of. And that's the reason why I always believe one thing: no matter who you are today, you can change. The only thing is whether you want to be changed. That's why I'm very passionate when it comes to training, because I see a lot of my guys from nothing today, he can do so much things. They are also introvert. Many of them cannot deliver. Today they hold the mic. They are very confident about it. And that is what life is all about. To me, money is important. But at the end of the day, I always feel one thing in life here is that we must see value in ourselves. We must see ourselves to be somebody. Money we can make, but eventually we reach a certain point. It's not just about how much money you have. It's about yourself, whether do you see a change, a transformed person. And you must find meaningful in your life. I think that is the critical part. Yeah.
You know, bro, I just want to share with you something, bro. Guys,
Yep.
if inspired by Kelvin, right? If you're inspired by Kelvin, type in inspired. Right? Type in inspired if you're inspired. You know, I don't know about you, but I'm super inspired. We haven't even started the interview proper, but wow, I am already inspired, man. Seriously. Right?
Thank
See,
you. You inspired us as well. At the age of so young, you own a landed properties.
bro, like I told you, man, you know, for me, you know, money is just a result of
Sure.
changing lives, right? Like, you know, like you mentioned, in the end of the day, when you do change lives, you know, the amount of money you make is a reflection. You know, I always believe in this one thing. You know, if you make $1 million, that's because you've added $1 million in value. You know, make $1 billion, you added $1 billion in value. That's what it is, right? So Kelvin and myself, you know, ultimately we are teachers, and ultimately we want to truly change lives. And you know, that's the reason why, you know, he's where he is today, and I will catch up. You know, one day I will catch up very soon. Right? I'm sure.
It's
Right?
still because our age gap is still a big distance. So I guess you will definitely even surpass what we are doing now.
Amen. You know, hey, you know, it's not competition, whatever. But hey, you know, we collaborate together to truly,
Sure.
truly life. Guys, you know, I just want to share with you all something, right? If you all are inspired, I want you all to share this video right now, because we're gonna go into the juicy stuff. So share this video right now, and you know, I want you all to basically, I want to share with you all a small gift that I'm going to give you all. All right. So very, very simple. I want to share this video, and what's the one gift I'm going to give you all? I'm going to tell you all. So the gift, very, very simply, is this: if you all share this video right now, you know, take a picture of me and Kelvin Fong and share your best lesson and tag me on Instagram, on Facebook. And what I'll do is 3 people will actually win a cash prize. All right. So I want you to share this video, you know, share your best lessons from me and Kelvin Fong, tag Sixpack and Investor on IG, and 3 of you all will win a cash prize from me. All right. And I'll announce these winners tomorrow. All right. So make sure you all do that right now. So go ahead and share. If you're in it to win it, go ahead and share your best lessons and tag us, and 3 people win a cash prize. All right. So do it. You literally have nothing to lose. All right. Why are we doing this? We just want people to learn. Okay. So please go and do this right now. Okay. Thank you very much. Click on the share button. Okay. So Kelvin, I want to ask you a question. So
Yep.
how has the transition been? How has the transition been from being a real estate agent to now becoming an executive director? What is the main differences, brother?
I think it's the responsibilities and the roles has also changed quite a fair bit, because now you're running the whole company. A lot of responsibilities on your shoulder, that you need to make sure that the company must continue to do well. Because the moment the company is not doing well, that means the agents will not be performing and will not be able to move forward. And that's why for myself, beside my boss Ismail, he's actually the one who drives the business. For me, I focus a lot on training and seminars so that my agents can be well equipped of course, myself also focusing on the technology part. How can we use technology to assist our customer and also to assist the agents to be better in terms of their work? And that is something that we have done it. And that's the reason why for those people really wanted something to know about the real estate, especially comes to financing in terms of numbers. You can actually call any of our Propnex agents out there, right? They can actually do a RAM analysis. RAM analysis, right? They can actually work out all your finances to make sure that you're comfortable. Because I always tell people at the end of the day, please do not speculate to buy property. Make sure that you have done all the necessary check and research so that you are comfortable. Because the last thing that we want to own a property and then we become so stressful over it. That's not what we want. We want to have a very happy life, and of course, we are also growing our assets slowly through the slowly progressing in a different stage of life. I think that is important.
Kelvin, you in the book you talked about saving, how you look at property as a savings plan. Can you share with us that concept? Because I thought that was absolutely brilliant, and I think that my guys will really benefit. So please share, brother.
Okay, I think maybe just a very simple illustration. Let's say, for example, I'm talking about this current house that I'm staying. Basically, I pay an interest about $8,000 over dollars a month. So I actually pay a total mortgage of 30 over thousand. So which means that out of the 8,000 I pay to the bank, which is the interest, I have another 30,000 that every month I'm saving. So to me, this is called forced saving. So in other words, if I were to rent out my property to someone and my interest is $8,000 and the principal is about $30,000, if the tenant can help me to defray my interest and pay off the balance amount, right? At the end of the day, the tenant is just like putting money into your bank. That is how wonderful it is. That's the reason why I call property is not just about investment. It's really about a very, very good saving. Even you stay in your own house, it's also saving because why? You force yourself to save money into the bank, which is your house. And this is the most effective ways to grow. And I really believe it. Like one of my properties in 2007, I bought. I rented out at about $5,000. At that point of time, it was interest is about $1,000. So I actually gotten $4,000 returns from the who? The tenant. The tenant paid $5,000 to me. 1,000 goes to the interest because my interest at that point of time was very low. It's almost like now I only pay interest about 0.5 to 0.6%. So basically my interest is so low, which is about 1,000. Every month the tenant save $4,000 with me. So can you imagine, right? Which bank can give you $4,000 a month from the so-called saving that you put it inside? So that is the reason why RESH actually read the book, actually understand that real estate is not just about investment, it's also a saving. And the best part is that when RESH you have more properties, a lot of people will be starting to save money and put money into your bank, and that is how wonderful it is.
Wow, it's damn sweet, bro. Kelvin, can you share with us, brother? Like, so basically, like, your first property you bought when you were 27, correct?
That was my HDB property.
Yeah, your HDB property. So from there, at like what stage did you start advancing? And by like now, like how many properties? Like if you can show us, just roughly tell us, it's just to inspire us. Can you just share?
Sure. Of course, my first property is HDB properties, and I bought at 210,000. At that point of time, actually, a lot of people will choose to buy brand new HDB, like BTO or whatever. But just that for me, I told my wife, I don't have money to renovate the house, to be honest. So I told my wife, let's get a resale house that is probably well done up, and then I don't need to spend money. I remember I painted the whole house, and after 5 years, I stayed there, and I sold it at 220,000, and I still lose money.
Wow.
The reason why I lose money is because why I lost my CPF because of the CPF accrued interest. So eventually I bought 210, I sold 220, I still lose my money. So of course, subsequently, when I sold this, I went to buy over my father-in-law house, a HDB as well. So I took the grant, I stayed for 5 years. But during that period of time, because the real estate market is very interesting, I actually bought property under my parents' name, and that's how I actually buy and sell certain properties here and there. As a result, today, through all my buy and sell properties here and there, it helps me to accumulate in terms of my wealth. Let me just share with everybody out there. To be honest, to really work for others, to really make money, is never easy. I mean, a husband and wife who can earn $15,000 a month combined. You want to see the kind of saving that you can get every month. Honestly, it's not easy if you have a children. Really not easy. That's the reason why it's important to start to plan and grow your assets in a very systematic way. I just shared with one of my friends recently, and they sold their property, EC, and they can still own 2 private properties. one for own stay, one for investment, and still got money in their bank account, because that's how planning can be done. You don't need to be stressed over in such a way, can I afford? Actually, the both of them can only, income is only about maybe 15 to 16,000 combined. But this all can be done. But of course, it must be done in the right way. I'm very sure that our agents here probably can share with you in detail. But because of this buy and sell, because I always tell people, at the end of the day, we work hard. Honestly, some even HDB can, some people who buy HDB and still can make $100,000 out of it, right? You just need to ask yourself this question: by working hard for the last 3 to 5 years, did you really save the hundred and thousands, or 200 or 300,000? If you don't have, then you probably must go and attend my seminar, which I'm going to do another seminar tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. You will understand how people in 4 years can make $300,000.
Bro, I tell you something. I want to
Yep.
share something. The
Yep.
reason why I love your agency, right, bro, is because they learn from you, ma. So when I talk to them, like I talk to Ross, for example, and all that, like they never sell me a property which will not really truly help me as an investor. All right, it's always a structured plan, the proper system to building your property wealth. And guys, that's the difference between Kelvin and everybody else out there. Guys, as an investor myself, I've had a lot of people who just want to sell me properties. But one thing which I really love about Kelvin and his guys is, seriously, at least the ones that I work with, like Ross, for example, right? Absolutely amazing, because what's most important, like what Kelvin said, is what is your game plan, and not just 1 year, 2 year, it's not just about one property finishing, right? What's your game plan moving to the next 20 years? You have a child, you just get married, like, I just got married, so I'm getting a new house. After that, when you progress, what's the next property you should go into? What's the next property? Maybe you're 50 years old right now, what should you be getting? All of that, the proper system to leave a legacy for your children. You see, one thing I want to share with you all is this, guys, you all must understand this. In the end of the day, you always need a shelter. Correct or not? You always need a shelter. So you better make sure you get a good shelter, right? You need a roof over your head, right? So it's essential to get the right people to help you, And I tell you, one of the best ways is this. Go and find the people who've made the mistakes. Tell them, what should I not do? What should I do? What should I not do? Ask these guys in these agencies. They can truly help you out to make sure you have a smooth journey, making sure you make the correct moves from the very start. Why you want to be like Kelvin? Wow, first property buy, jialat, still lose money. Correct now, bro. And that's one way in which you all can actually avoid mistakes. Kelvin, anything to add to that?
Yeah, that's the reason why I think it's important to learn, especially today's market has changed so much, and with so much of the regulations out there in the market. I think it's important for all those first timers who are buying property. I think it's important to learn the right thing. Sometimes don't always think that, oh, my mentality is that my mom told me, my parents tell me that my first property must be a HDB flat. That was probably the past that we are talking about here. Today, things has changed a lot. Doesn't mean that today you buy a HDB, you sure 包价, but sure make money. Also, you will not 包价 as well. I have seen HDB drop 200,000. You'll be surprised. In just 2012, and talking about 4 5 years down the road, the property for HDB Pongo, I saw from 600 over thousand drop to 400 over thousand as well. You'll be surprised. How come a HDB property can drop in terms of price? So the question here is that it's so important that, right, you need to learn the right thing and do the right thing. Because why? You do not want to end up actually not letting your money work hard for you. And if you can, like what RESH has mentioned, plan it well. Not we have a plan. Really have a plan for you. But the most important is that the plan must actually work out all the numbers. And that's the reason why either you can join me tomorrow or the day after, and so that you can actually understand a little bit more about the details that I'm going to talk about tomorrow, because this is something that is very interesting. And I can say that most of my people who attended my seminars are generally very happy, because I provided a lot of statistics. I'm a person who don't like to do rah-rah selling. I don't like to do rah-rah talk as well. I'm a person who really focus in terms of facts and figures. Because why? Facts and figures won't lie. That is the truth. Just like I believe, Resh, right? You also teach people all these things, right? I think numbers make the most powerful speech in terms of all of us here. So that's the reason why I strongly believe, because this is why I make my judgment based on numbers, logical. I'm a super logical person, but luckily I got a wife who is a very emotional person. So he's also a more daring person. That's why when to all the men out there, right? When your wife say buy property, you better buy lah. That is the only thing lah. Like for me, I'm a very gassy person. I'm a very careful person. One. I always think a lot because a number person is the worst also lah, because they think too much. Right? On the other hand, that's why I need my wife to say, give them a push, and then eventually that's how we get started in terms of our property investment. And really, throughout all these years, 10 over years, I started my first private property that I bought, right, was in 2004, and that was 550,000, 550. At that point of time, when we buy 550,000, we were already so stressed up, because why? We scared to lose our hard-earned money, because we work from day and night, right? We really so worried so much that what if I lose my money? And that's very normal, because for those people out there, if you're first time buying property, you sure have that kind of fear in you. So why do we have all this fear? Very simple. It's because we don't have knowledge. That's why knowledge is important. Skill set is important. Everything can be worked out. So if you really know all these things, right, you can actually create a wealth via your own in a very systematic way. Just like what Resh has mentioned, our agents, Ross is definitely one of them who has also embarked this kind of journey with me. And I teach my agents really about investment, because why? I want them to grow. I want them to move forward. Can you imagine, man? I started my first property is 550,000, and I just bought my landed property. You guess how much I bought after so many years? And I paid. I really honestly never expect I can pay. I can stay in a detached house, and that cost me about $11.6 million from 550,000. And I push myself, not because I want to boast about what I have achieved. No, I really do not have this intention. I only have one thing in my mind here, is that if I can do this, I can inspire many people out there to be able to achieve that as well. My job is all about inspiring. A true leader is all about inspiring others to be who you are today. That's what I always believe in. And that is something that I truly believe in my heart. That's why I want my people, I want people out there to be able to achieve. Because someone like me who has nothing in the first place, I bought my first HDB, my friend Ross, Resh, you can believe or not, I borrowed $5,000 from my in-law just to buy my first HDB flat. No, my master bedroom is 12 months installment free one. You never. Yeah. This is how me and my wife has gone through. That's why we really treasure our hard work. We really think through. This is a memorable journey for both of us here. We have no regrets, but I think we enjoy the working hard together. I always tell people, we may not have the best thing in life in an early stage, but most important here is that at the end of the day, when we choose to delay gratification, we can have something more better in the future. That's why I want to tell people out there, to all those friends out there here, choose delay gratification. For me, I if I can stay in a private property very early, but I choose not to, I still stay in a HDB at that point of time. The reason is because I want to use my money to work hard. So for some people out there, you should learn how to use your money to work hard for you. Please do not work hard for money. You have a chance. This chance, you must really treasure it so that you can be better off in the future. I mean, if you really come for my seminars, I can share a lot more details, because today is not prepared. I don't have all my stuff with me, so that if you want, can just join me. You can learn as much as possible from me. I just hope that everybody out there who is listening to us, right, is to also to be there one day. Really, really.
Guys, if you're inspired, guys, if you're inspired right now, type in wow, right? Type in wow if you really feel inspired by what he just shared, man. I don't know about you, but wow, Kelvin, absolutely amazing. I am inspired. Brother, I want to share with you something,
Yes.
This was a goal setting that I wrote to myself when I was 19 years old. And I only had 19 years old.
Wow.
And I had $480 in my bank account, right? And then I wrote this, I said this, I wrote this, I will make my money work for me. I will not work for money. This is what I wrote, bro. Right? I
Wow.
learned from you, I wrote this down. Right? I'll make my money work for me. I'll not work for money. And then behind I write down, I will own properties around the world. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, the power of declaring, the power of writing down, the power of dreaming big is crazy. You
I
know?
think that's important. That is really important to write it down because it's law of attraction. If you dare to write, you will get it, man.
Yeah, you dare to write, you dare to speak, you'll get it.
Yeah.
100%. Guys, I tell you something seriously. Today, okay, later we'll talk about, Kelvin's again. If you all go in detail with regards to Kelvin's stuff, it's going to be absolutely amazing. But right now, I will actually I want to share with you all something, guys. So right now, if you're inspired, can you all please share this video? Seriously, share this video. Why? Because more people need to listen to this. All right, so please share this video right now. Share this video right now, and I'm going to go into details with regards to Kelvin, with regards to what should be your first step, and moving forward, what is Propnex plans and all of that, right? So please share this video, and what I'm going to ask Kelvin right now is this. Okay, so Kelvin, brother,
Yep.
I've got a lot of friends who are my age, right? Who are basically prime time. They've been working for a few years after university finish, working. They are looking to get married, right? And they don't know what they should be doing, right? They do not know what they should be doing. What should be the first step? Because different people are telling them different things. Hey, get a HDB. Hey, get a resale. Oh, go for EC. Wow, so confusing, bro. So as a executive director, bro, like being a person who's been in the property scene for so long, you know what is happening. What should your first step be? But before you answer, hold on, guys. If you all think this is a question that more people should know the answer to, can you please share this video? All right, I want you all to share this video. Why? Because this will truly, truly help a lot of people. If you've shared it, type in shared. All right, we've shared it, type in shared, and 3 people who share will stand to win a cash prize. All right, so please do that. Very, very, very important. Okay, so fantastic. So Kelvin, please answer the question, brother.
Of course, different people, right, have different start off stage. That's the reason I cannot 100% tell you guys here what is the best situation to go to. Because why? We need to work out all the finances. Of course, like I mentioned here, even if let's say I cannot afford to buy a private property, I will ask myself this question: can I afford to buy an executive condo? If I really cannot, maybe I should start off with a HDB. But ultimately, from a HDB, you must really work towards of what? Growing bigger and bigger. Slowly move upwards every 5 years. And that is the plan that you should have. So, of course, if you really want to know in detail, very important here is that maybe you should speak to Ross or some of our agents out there. If you know of, maybe you can better have an understanding. Because I mean, I do not just want to talk just like that without any facts and figures because everyone is really different. That is why I'm saying. I mean, for those people really want to know, right? It just happened, Resh. This Saturday, right? My topic is about what? 3 stage of property life cycle, which means that as a first timer, what should you be doing? What are the things to look out for? You will be able to see all my numbers there. Then you will probably be able to see all the necessary decision making, right, can be done over there. And I think that will be more fair if those people really want to hear more, because that is where you can really, really get all this information. That's why join me this Friday or Saturday. Saturday is really talking about the 3 stage of property life cycle. That means as a person, how you can grow forward. Just like myself, how I have moved forward, how I've actually grown my property. Today, I easily have more than 10 over properties with me. Singapore, overseas as well. Local, I have more than 10. And exactly how I've grown my numbers. So if you're really interested, join me this Saturday, 10, 11 a.m. I can share with you how is it going to be done. And I'm very sure that you will see value in this position. Yeah.
Yes, if you all want the link, we'll share it later, right? Very, very soon we'll actually share it. Make sure you all tune in all the way to the end, and then we'll actually share with you all the links to go and register for that as well. But Kelvin, bro, I want to ask you this question, very, very important, right? Which is this, bro. Obviously COVID happened, right? This year has been crazy, right? COVID, and obviously circuit breaker happened. You can't even go out. You can't even do viewings. Wow, how was Propnex affected, and how has Propnex evolved?
Oh, I mean, this circuit breaker has really changed our life, lah. Either this, that's why I say circuit breaker is either you break it or you are gonna break or whatever. If not, you can involve into another level of the real estate business. And of course, honestly, myself, when this circuit breaker started, right, I honestly doesn't know what is going to happen next. I do not know what it's going to do because we do not have knowledge. We do not know what it's going to all about here. What I've actually demonstrated here is one thing. I don't want to think about what I should do. I just focus on what is needed to learn first. The first thing that I did in my first week is to teach my people how to use Zoom, because that was one of the common thing that most people actually use. Because if my agent doesn't know how to use Zoom, what will happen next? Whatever I'm going to do next, it will not be effective. So this is the first thing I do. I am myself not familiar, but because we keep practicing it, right? So it become what? Familiar. Then following week, I consistently do a lot more seminars because why? I want my agents to really take this opportunity to what? Connect with their clients. Whether a deal can be done or not important. Important is building a relationship with them, talking to customers out there, sharing with them, because why? Everybody have more time now. So which means that they have more time to learn about the real estate. To be honest, Resh, we all are so busy working day and night, right? To really sit down and listen to us for 45 minutes, 1 hour, it's not many people have this opportunity, because everybody is working so hard, right? So, but because of circuit breaker, it allow us to have this capability because of Zoom, because of all this platform available, it allow us to really connect. And you'll be surprised. I've done so many wonderful things. I have done open house. Nobody has done open house initially in terms of real estate. That means you can go to this open house of the new launches. You can go in and see all the different projects. We also have, you can see the resale market by asking the owner to show you the photo via your handphone, just show around, and that can also be done. And deals are closed because of this. I have also even done the first expo in Singapore that about real estate. I'm not so sure how many have done it, but I'm very sure that now a lot of people are talking about expo because nobody know what is expo all about, like how to do virtual expo, right? So, but we managed to do it, and we are very happy that we have crossed more than over 1,000. We have never engaged anybody to help us to do marketing. Everything is all in-house, but I must say we learned a lot of things throughout the whole situation. Because of all the training, because of all the educations, my agents become more efficient in terms of their skill set. And because of the customer who listen more, as a result, actually more and more people actually bought property during this circuit breaker. Why? Very simple. In the down market, it's always an opportunity. The only question here is that, do we know how to see it? That's why during my seminars, I focus a lot on what? Facts. Because only facts, you can know the answer yes or no. But if you really just talk about images, pictures here and there, I tell you there's no value. But because we show a lot of factual, a lot of customers decided to take action subsequently, and we see that our results actually has improved a lot. We're also happy because why? Not because our sales has gone up. It's because we have seen a lot of customers out there dare to make a changes, because they dare to take action when people are not willing to do so. My friend, very simple. When we are very comfortable, everybody start to rush into buy things. How many people dare to buy when everybody's uncomfortable? That's why the rich always become richer, because they dare to penetrate, to buy things when people dare not buy. They start to sell when everybody start rushing in to buy. And that's what real estate is all about. So that is the reason why I'm saying, for those people out there, if you really understand, important is all facts. If you have the facts, if you can justify, if you work out the numbers, that's the reason why people tends to take action. Our RESH, our next expo, which is going to be a very, very big event, right, will be 10-10. Now now everybody very famous one, right? Either 9-9 or 10-10, right? Ours is 10-10.
My wedding day.
Sorry?
My wedding day.
Oh, really? Wow, nice number. Nice number.
Oh, bro, I would love to attend the expo, man. Seriously.
No worries. We have 1 whole month of running the expo in different weekends here and there. But it will be 10 and 11 will be the very major events that you can really go in to see all the different talks. You can also learn from different speakers. You can also see properties. You can see the resale market. You can see the new launch market. It's just that you don't need to travel and you can see everything. You can listen to everything. and that is so wonderful that it will be a very, very interesting event. And look out for us. We are going to announce this on the upcoming next week. You'll be surprised if who is our partner, who will be
Bro,
actually working with us.
can I ask? So basically, I know Propnex. Basically, you guys are also expanding overseas, right?
Oh
You're
yes.
expanding overseas and all that. So is the plans the same, right? The business model is the same. Are you creating a real estate agency overseas and stuff?
Uh, we are definitely looking towards setting up agency overseas, but we are looking at more of a franchise model
Mm. So like a
because
friend.
yeah, because of the expertise are there, we are not physically there, so we prefer to give our expertise in terms of the real estate to someone who really wants to work with us for long term. So that's why we find that this so-called will be a better choice in terms of franchise.
Very nice. Okay, that's cool. And my ultimately, bro, as in I know it's true lah. But ultimately, your business is a people business, right? It's
Yeah,
about
yes, 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 yes.
inspiring people, getting them to believe in themselves, getting them to teach them to use Zoom, for example. And if you inspire people, your people perform better, the company makes more money as well, right? And that's how you all hit $21 million in profits for the financial year. Congratulations, man. That's absolutely fantastic. I think I saw the annual reports, over $400 million in revenue, which
Mm.
is fantastic. But bro, what is the difference that makes the difference in Propnex compared to any other companies out there? What is the real difference between yours and other companies you would say as an executive director?
I think the biggest changes here is that because the team of agents out there who trusted me and also the company, and we really work together as a family. And I always believe that the culture of a company is very important. As long as we are working together, we are running the whole so-called system together. I'm very sure that all of us can move in the right direction, and I think that is very, very important. Of course, with the consistent, because for me, I always wanted to change. I'm always ready to change. I dare to make changes in my life so that I can move forward. I would never want to stay comfort, because that is why Propnex has continued to evolve, keep on changing and changing. And because we keep on evolving, actually, honestly, while we are talking here, my boss Ismail is on another Facebook channel, in our Propnex channel, talking about We Discuss. We are also having another live segment. Tonight, we also have our open house seminar. So concurrently, everybody is actually working throughout. So you can see how we reach out to people. So that's the reason why in Propnex, we always believe in working as a team, as a family. And that's why the team has managed to do consistently well throughout. I must say thank you so much for all the customers out there who have trusted Propnex as a brand to help them in terms of their properties purchase and investment.
Bro, I want to ask you a question. Just to end off the entire thing. And dude, I really have enjoyed myself, brother. But I have one very important question. And the question is this. Bro, you achieved so much success, right? You went from, one property, 10 properties, now running the agency, executive director. What is your vision for the future?
For me, I really find a passion in what I'm doing, because I just want to really help those people out there in terms of building legacy for them. I want to help customers out there to really achieve what I've never thought I have achieved, to achieve something in life. As for my agents out there, I really hope that they can be just like myself, who has changed so much in life. That's why my vision is really I want to transform people's life. That is really my passion, because I feel that uh, that will make a person very meaningful. Life is not just about money. Of course, it's important to have it, but when I believe that if you have all the skill sets and really want to improve yourself, money will just come along the way. You don't even need to ask for it, because you're doing the right thing, you're in the right direction. I'm very sure the right thing will comes to you. So that's why I believe very strongly in myself here, is that we believe in building legacy for generations. We definitely believe in transforming people's life, and that's what I'm looking forward to in my life.
Yes,
Because this whole thing,
definitely.
right, will never end one.
Hmm.
I must find something that it would never end, so that I enjoy doing it. If not, at my age now, I still have a long way to go. So I better find things that is very meaningful for me, and that's why I am very happy that today I'm able to run the company. So it pushed me forward to learn more new things, and that is important.
Bro, I am inspired by you. I tell you guys, seriously, listen to this leader, right? Again, his vision is just to create legacy, right? Leave a legacy and help people build their legacies as well in terms of their own property portfolios. Fantastic. All right. Okay. Amazing. Amazing, guys. Thank you very much, Kelvin, for joining us. Exactly 1 hour.
Thank you so much for those people who are staying tuned with us for the last 1 hour or so. You really are amazing people. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Resh, for hosting me as well. So for all this sharing. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you very much, brother. See you very, very soon. All right. Let me
See
end
you
the
guys. Bye.